Well, I think the name says a lot, makes a lot of suggestions. The iconic, character of Vince Lombardi, one of the greatest football coaches of all time. And I think that's a little bit misleading, too, because this play is about so much more than that.
He loves his players. And I don't mean he just likes them an awful lot. He truly, actually loves them.
Coach Lombardi came in, he changed the culture of the team. And I think that lit a fire. It had to have with Horning and some of the other guys to turn the team around the way that it did.
Well, sir, I like to come down.
That was not a question, mister! You come around camp, you come to work out, not to stand around and watch.
And then he saw the results. He said that he's owed all of his football success, all his greatness to Vince Lombardi. He said, and there's a quote of that he said that he wouldn't make any important life decision without checking it with a coach first. And he's on record saying after Lombardi died that he didn't have anyone to go to bring big questions like you might go to your dad or you might go to your priest or something. It was that type of relationship.
What the hell you got in your mouth? Chewing gum?
No, it's an ice cube, Coach.
Spit it out. You want to get your goddamn tongue bitten off?
No.
Well then spit it out!
Swallow it.
I told you to spit it out!
Sorry, Coach.
Get that goddamn smile off your face. I need you to talk to this reporter. Now look, he's one of the good guys. He's from New York, huh? I'll see you inside. Hey, and that's how to go out there. That's how to hustle.
It's interesting the way that the play is written and some of the things that it deals with, but Vince Lombardi is kind of responsible. There's that great scene with Taylor where he says, "I've created a monster here."
Jim Taylor, he was the workhorse for the Green Bay Packers. Kind of the strong, silent type.
When I met you, was it 6 years ago? You had it with pro football. You had it. Huh. Shook your hand. Felt like a limp fish. You barely spoke to any of these reporters. You barely spoke to anyone.
Or no.
Yeah, now I shake your hand and you got me down on my knees, huh?
You give me confidence, Coach.
We did that together, Jim.
But it's interesting in that he's also one of the first guys to fight for a players' union and pensions, that sort of thing, players' rights.
You sold me short last year.
We don't talk contract till the springtime, mister.
I do not wish to discuss it now. I do not wish to discuss it ever again.
Well, neither do I.
I'm only telling you, come next year, I'll bring someone else to talk contract, not me.
What, a goddamn lawyer?
Agent.
Pride! That's what we play for. Pride!
For Dave, being the first black NFL linebacker, he was the second black recruited actually onto Green Bay. The other was Herb Adderley, and he was the second, but he was the first black linebacker for the NFL. Really made a statement for Dave Robinson.
So, what is this place? Lombardi approved. It's on the list. One of the first things Coach did when he came to Green Bay was let folks know that wherever any one of his players are not welcome, all of his players are not welcome.
One of the things that he talks about is how much it meant to him that Lombardi at that time didn't care what your race was as long as you got the job done. And so I thought that was really admirable.
All I know is that we all get treated the same around here, like dogs.
This play is poignant at this time because it does deal with something that's in the past, but also speak to something that's timeless and very present.
Lombardi has a line at the end of the play where he says, you got to play this game with love because someday you got to love the guy that's next to you, and through that love, you might be able to pull through a tough time, and he might be able to help you through a tough time.
You never gave up on yourselves, and more importantly, you never gave up on one another. And that makes me proud. After all, the measure of a man is not how he falls down, but how he pulls himself up off the ground. Anybody, gentlemen, anybody could love something that is beautiful or bright or glamorous. But it takes a special person to love something that is imperfect and unknown. You might be playing next to a guy who's not perfect, but you gotta love him. And that might enable you to overcome a difficult situation because of that love.
And then he gives the game ball to the entire team. And I think that's very poignant, because you have to go into it with that type of, camaraderie and love. And I think that's what this play has taught me, as far as going into other projects and going into just theater business in general, is to have that attitude.
Good night. That is all.